Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. This is the story of Poochie, the 5'5" hitman who killed Biggie Smalls. This is what the headline says. I don't know who killed Biggie Smalls. Apparently, no one was ever arrested for this. But according to this individual, this is Hood War Stories, it was Poochie. I don't know, man. Poochie, I don't even know where you're from, but let's see, man. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing Poochie. Wardell Faust was born on July 22nd, 1960, in Louisville, Kentucky. His family moved to Compton, California in the mid-70s, where he lived on Bradfield Street on the east side of Compton. Poochie was violent at an early age. On February 11th, 1975, at around 6 p.m., Poochie was involved in a physical altercation with another male outside a home on South Harris Street in Compton. After losing the fistfight, Poochie returned home and obtained a shotgun. He then had his stepfather drive him back to the scene, at which time Poochie fired the weapon at the Johnson home. Poochie was only 14 years old. During that period in his teenage years, he became a Lourdes Park Pyru gang member. Lourdes Park Pyru, also known as the 577 Gang, is a Black American gang located on the east side of Compton. Poochie grew up in the heart of their territory, which stretches from Compton Boulevard to Rosecrans, between Bullis and Atlantic Avenue. Poochie also spent time living in San Bernardino, California on January 7th, 1991 at around 2 a.m. Paris and his girlfriend were asleep in their San Bernardino home when Poochie and Floyd, armed with handguns, entered their home and demanded money. They then proceeded to tie the couple's hands and feet and shut their mouths with duct tape. Poochie and Floyd allegedly took Paris to another area of the house where he was beaten before being shot numerous times. His girlfriend was shot in the head and left for dead. 4 children were in the house at the time of the shooting. Poochie was introduced to Suge Knight through George G. Williams, and he was by far the most feared in Suge's inner circle. Poochie went on to be Suge's favorite hitman, and Poochie would carry out various shootings for him. Suge rewarded him with cars, houses, and cash. Standing at only 5'5" and weighing $150, Poochie's size didn't stop him from being a deadly enforcer. Poochie was known as the quiet, loner type. He never showed emotion and barely smiled, but got enjoyment on speaking on murders he committed. He never wanted to be involved with the police and always kept a low profile. Most people wouldn't know of his whereabouts. He was hardly seen in his hood or at the Death Row studio. In fact, he hated the studio. His peers thought that he didn't even like music. People in the studio could feel the energy shift, and some felt uncomfortable in his presence, claiming that he gave off eerie vibes. In 1993, Officer Reggie White Jr. arrested Poochie. During that arrest, it was discovered Poochie had a large quantity of cocaine with an AK and was getting ready to shoot somebody. Poochie was going by his alias name Darnell Jones and was able to get out of jail shortly after. In 1995, a man known as Rat, a member of the bounty hunter Watts Bloods, allegedly purposely crossed Suge's path. He apparently was pressing Suge for a record deal, and he, along with 10 bounty hunters, cornered Suge in the bathroom on the set of the Crackham video shoot. Suge allegedly ordered Poochie to kill Rat, and Rat was killed in an exchange of gunfire on Central 134th. Authorities arrived and found Rat laying in the street dead, with AK-47 bullets everywhere. Soon after that killing, Poochie's name came up in another murder at the Nickerson Garden Housing Projects. Smoothie had been found dead, with gang writing carved into his chest. Smoothie was allegedly murdered because he was suspected of killing the brother of Marcus Nunn, a leader of the prison-based United Blood Nation. Marcus allegedly contacted Suge to have Smoothie killed, and Suge ordered Poochie to carry out the hit, and allegedly, Poochie was more than happy to do it. After Tupac was murdered, Suge wanted to send out a message. Not only did Suge love Pac, but he was his moneymaker. Suge was robbed on a personal and professional level. Suge ended up going to jail on a probation violation, stemming from the beatdown of Orlando Anderson in the MGM Grand Hotel. While Suge was in jail, he conspired with his girlfriend Teresa. Suge gave her the direction to get Poochie. Suge's girlfriend posed as a secretary for Suge's lawyer, and that's how he was able to communicate with her. Suge would send his lawyer off to have a smoke, while Suge and Teresa whispered to each other about getting Biggie. Suge's girlfriend and Poochie agreed to terms, and he received 2 payments, one for $9,000 and one for $4,000. Suge then had his mob goons track Biggie's whereabouts while he was in LA promoting the Life After Death album. On March 9th, 1997. Biggie and his entourage left a Vibe magazine party in 3 SUVs at approximately 12:30 a.m.
I mean, this guy here has a lot of information. I mean, I know, if you're in the street, you heard of the story, about what happened to Pac, about what happened to Biggie. At the end of the day, we all know. If you know, you know. If you're in the street, you know what happened, bro. Period. Bottom line. If you was in the street at that time, you know what happened. Exactly what happened. I don't know where this guy is from, Hood War Stories. He has to be from California because I think he only does California war stories. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to dig a little deeper on this channel. I've seen a lot of California hood stories. But, okay, according to him, according to this narrative, Poochie received 2 payments, one from Suge's girlfriend, or both from Suge's girlfriend, $9,000, $4,000, to rid the world of Biggie Smalls, bro.
Poochie laid in wait outside the Peterson Automotive Museum. Biggie's SUV stopped at a red light on Wilshire and Fairfax Avenue. As soon as Poochie became aware of where Biggie was sitting in his car, he allegedly drove up and fired shots before vanishing into the night. Biggie was shot 4 times and died at the hospital at 1:15 a.m. George Williams' associate Lil Rod later admitted in a prison letter that it was Poochie who shot Biggie. George Williams and Suge eventually had a falling out, which started one Sunday during a picnic at Gonzalez Park in Compton. George told people that Heron, who was a close associate of Suge, shot at him and tried to kill him. At that point, eyewitnesses saw Poochie, George, and 2 other gang members follow Heron out the picnic. Heron proceeded to drive off with a man named Allen. Allen had also been a witness to Tupac's murder. As Heron was blocked in by traffic, 2 men in George's car jumped out into the main intersection, armed with automatic weapons, and opened fire. Heron was killed at the scene. This shooting was a bold move that took place in broad daylight in front of numerous witnesses. Neither George or Poochie went down for the Heron murder. One of the passengers in his car, a man named Roderick, was the only person convicted of the Heron murder. By this point, George E. Williams switched sides on Suge and became an enforcer for Lil Rod, who was a leader of the Fruitown Pyrus. Lil Rod had evolved into a nationwide PCP dealer. One day, he had a large amount of drugs stolen, and as a result, Lil Rod was hell-bent on revenge. The theft involved a friend of Poochie named Willie Walker. On April 4th, 2000, Willie Walker and Poochie were sitting in a van on a dead-end street in Compton. A black male then emerges from the cut and begins to spray the car with bullets. Willie, also known as the Chin, was killed, and Poochie was shot, but he survived the attack. He was in a wheelchair for about 5 months. Poochie refused to cooperate with the police. Both men were near Lil Rod's house when it happened, and everyone on that street seemed to know that Lil Rod was behind it. Retaliation came soon after. 3 weeks later, Lil Rod's friend, a man named Vince, was subsequently kidnapped by men who were dressed as police officers. He was then tortured on video, murdered, and dumped at a cemetery in Compton. Police found him with 2 gunshot wounds to the back. Poochie and a man named David were allegedly responsible. A few months later, on September 22nd, 2000, Lil Rod and Jerome, also known as Snake, were driving on the 91 freeway when they are allegedly tracked down by Poochie and Willie's brother Eric. Several AK-47 rounds were fired at Lil Rod and Snake, and Snake ultimately died from multiple gunshot wounds. On July 24th, 2003, Poochie was racing his...
And that's just how it is. This is gang life. This is gang culture. Whatever happened, whoever unalived Biggie, this is how it goes. It's back and forth, chasing each other down the freeway. You're with this crew, you're supporting this guy, then you switch over and start supporting this guy. Now they want you dead. There's no benefit. There's no get out once you get in. Just leave it, let it go. You can make money doing all sorts of stuff the legal way. You don't have to be involved in this stuff. There's no fealty in it. And at the end of the day, you have 2 choices or 2 alternatives or 2 potentials, 2 ways that it's going to end up, and neither one are good. We've all heard this all of our life, but I bear witness to it, bro.
motorcycle down Central Avenue in Compton. when allegedly Lil Rock got behind him in a car and released a hail of gunfire from an AK-47. Poochie was shot 10 times in the back and died as a result. He was 43 years old. Many people were surprised that he lived to be this age, considering the type of life he lived. He has allegedly been tied to several other murders that were never proven, including the murder of Elm Street Pyro OG Stoney, when allegedly Poochie walked him down in broad day.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. You know, I mean, I knew about Poochie, being killed himself. I didn't realize he was hit like 40 times in the back or so, whatever he just said. Just overkill. This is how it go. You a hitman, you out there putting in work for whomever, whether it's Suge Knight or your gang, yourself, you just one of those guys. Live by the gun, you die by the gun. It's just, look how he ended up going out, chasing people down, shooting them and all that. Okay, he a rider. But everybody is. Everybody got a weapon. It's just a matter of time. Somebody pop off on him, knocked him out the game. That's how it go. Death after death after death after death. Ridiculous, bro. We got to do better. Suge's in prison forever. I mean, been in there forever. Got a long time to go. This is how it ends. Death or prison. For everybody. They was all millionaires. They had money and still couldn't get out of the street and do better. Had an opportunity. Biggie gone, Pac gone. Still want to be in the street? Man, F the streets. Stay safe and stay free, people.